That little box that you see on the left there, well, that's the package that I mentioned came in the mail in episode number 1. But before we open that up, let's take a good close look. I want to show you just how close I was able to get to the bushings without touching them, and how straight across everything went, because I used the metal lathe. Now I know I cheated, but it worked. Now I know I could have gone 1 or 2 more passes with the chisel and taken it down even closer yet. However, I wanted to leave a little bit of room for sanding because I noticed there seemed to be almost what is tear out. I think it's partially because that wood is very porous. It's extremely light, almost like balsa wood. Now I already know what's in here, so I'm not going to pretend to act surprised. Oh, free sample. Purple heart. Thanks, Bill. Well, okay now. I did not know that there was a Purple Heart blank in there. I thought there might be a free blank because that's their style. However, I did not know it was going to be a Purple Heart. All right. There it is. The mandrel saber. And hopefully a straight mandrel. It's a different style. Well, let's try it out. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, that fits better. All right. Let's see if we can get these blanks on this new mandrel. See if they seem to run a little truer. Now, one thing that I'm going to have to get used to is always have a couple of 7/8 inch wrenches handy. That is, if I want to assemble everything on the bench. However, I think once the Morse taper is wedged into the headstock, probably this will not turn, and maybe just one wrench will be enough. But generally I like to get everything assembled before I put it into the headstock. So yeah, I guess if I'm going to be using the mandrel saber, I wouldn't need this. So this could come off. And let's just see what that looks like. I think I already know. Oh yeah. Sort of like a little collet. Yeah. So anyway, that'll stay in here. Okay. Oh, I've got grease on my fingers. I don't want to get the grease on that. Okay, now then, I don't put this on if I'm going to use the mandrel saber. Although this is designed, you notice there is it is drilled out a little bit here on the end, so you can use it if you don't have a mandrel saber. And I guess this will go on like this. And then the whole assembly then will go into the lathe. So let's take it over there and see how it fits. I think that's going to be all right. Guess the idea is lock everything up and just tighten the tailstock until this is snug. I am wondering though if there's going to be more slippage with the blanks with this system. I guess I'll soon know. No, I don't think this has to be very tight. Just a little bit snug. Once again, I'll soon know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one blank off and just move everything up a little bit. Maybe put a little bit more of this mandrel into the Morse taper here. Because I do have a little bit of movement here. Now the movement I'm getting on this is because these were turned out of round on the metal lathe because the other mandrel was kind of bent. So at least that's what I'm thinking is happening. I'd sure hate to think that the new mandrel isn't straight. Okay. Now, this is in quite a ways here, and the mandrel saver will be able to grab on right there, not out here. So we'll just give that a little try. See what's going to happen here now. Probably going to have to readjust some things here. Okay. And once again, we'll snug it up, but not too tight. Let's try it now. Okay, now the bushings are running pretty true. And my blank is turned down crooked, so that's okay. And my blank is turned down crooked because, like I say, the other mandrel was bent. Well, let's just see if we can sand this down now to the bushings. Okay, there's a slight change in plans here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this lathe here to just check and see if this mandrel shaft is actually straight. If it's not, I'll be able to tell right away. And you're going to see it along with me for the very first time. So, don't want this too tight now. Just lock my tailstock. And like I say, not too tight. Now, we should be able to tell. Okay, here we go. Well, that's dead straight. Now it'd be really nice if I could use the mandrel saver in here instead of this, but the mandrel saver is a Morse taper number 2 and this is a number 3. I don't know why they do that. Why don't they standardize? Okay, let's try it again. We know that shaft is straight. We know the chuck is true. You know what? I think I'm going to stick the chisel back in and try and turn it down just a little bit more. Well, I hope I've got my camera focused. I sharpened my gouge this morning, and it's just like a razor. And I hope you can see it. It's just off the bevel, so it should slice along there pretty good. I'm going to be really careful. Well, I think I better leave well enough alone. I'm going to turn the other one down exactly the same diameter. I won't change any settings.